I don't have anything that I would change in the class, but I would make a suggestion. My suggestion would be that an introductory group meeting be held for each game for students who have no experience in gaming. I felt that that was the one drawback for me, was that I had no prior gaming experience. If it could only be done for one game, I would suggest that it be done for WoW. The tutorial that was offered in RuneScape was extremely helpful, and it increased my comfort level and my knowledge. I think that in World of Warcraft, a tutorial much like that would be extremely helpful. As far as my enjoyment, my favorite part of the class was the Spore creature creator. I had so much fun designing my creature, changing his personality, giving him a storyline just to bring him out. And I cannot go without mentioning the fact that I really enjoyed the team atmosphere in Dungeons & Dragons.
I wish we had more time to process all of the resources that we have received this month. I also think students early in the program should be sent an email describing what games we will be playing in this class. With this knowledge, prior to the start of the class, I would have been able to prepare for some of the games. I would also like to have more time to discuss the readings in the WIMBA discussions. Since I am rather new to gaming, I felt a bit lost during many of the conversations.
My argument with D&D would be that to truly understand to play WoW or to even play RuneScape or any of these games is that you have to really put on the role-playing kind of characteristics and get into what that character would be. I thought that doing D&D was actually kind of beneficial because even though we didn't get to play the whole game and it wasn't really, the most exciting game, I think you have to play that game for hours and hours to really make any sense. Kind of like WoW in that way. But I think that by getting into that game and having the experience of actually stepping into somebody else's shoes, I know as we played, I was making decisions that probably weren't actually in line with my character. So I thought that the connection that was made through the role play is pretty strong, and I think that the people who get into WoW probably experience that same type of role play experience. And that's kind of where I get into the idea of the gaming notion being an online or video game technology-based function. I don't think it has to be. I think gaming and motivation, and frankly, I didn't think we did enough discussions on motivation other than, well, if it's fun, then it's motivation. But I think for a game to be, or anything to be motivating, that there should be some factor of who are you? What is your connection to this other character that you're building or playing? And I don't think it has to be in an online format. I do a lot of simulations and role plays and press conferences and debates, and I just think that those are all motivating factors as well.
I could relate this question with my answer for question number 3, in which I explained that I would like to have the chance and the knowledge to be able to create my own video games. I know that we only have 4 weeks for this class, and that is not enough time to be able to see a lot of things, but at least I would like to have an idea of software or any other type of applications that we can use to be able to do this, to create our own video games. Like, for example, a sport that allows you to create your own characters or creatures. I know that there are software like Blender that allows you to create your own video games in a really fast and exciting way.
I'm glad at Full Sail that we have this opportunity. I'm glad at Full Sail that we have the opportunity to investigate gaming in the classroom as not only a motivational tool, but also as a creative assessment. And I'm glad Dr. Siegel has a fervor for WoW. I just wish that we had started it maybe earlier or had some sort of an intro course where everyone could be on the same page.
The only things that I would possibly change in this course would be to include actual working copies or full versions of Spore and World of Warcraft. I think that the educators might only be getting a taste of what both of these games are capable of. Other than that, I might possibly suggest offering other games as part of this course, such as StarCraft or The Sims. I would also suggest moving away from Dungeons & Dragons if at all possible. I understand Dr. Siegel's motivation that having students play this game, but I feel that in today's age, D&D has a very limited audience and might not be relevant. I would possibly suggest the online version as an alternative versus the physical version of this game.